Thanks so much for joining us again for this live podcast from Broke to Millions, where we share the secrets for life, money, and real estate. This podcast is for the person who wants to elevate their life, money, and real estate game, a real life monopoly. Whether you're a sophisticated investor, whether you're beginning, whether you want to be active or passive, whether you're accredited or non-accredited, I will share with you all my real estate, life, money experiences. I will share my ups and my downs. So whatever you need experience to help with, you can turn it all the way around, because here at Nassau, we are the #1 real estate experts with real solutions. But before we get started, I have to tell you about this sponsor. This sponsor is sponsored by Walt. Show 'em.
This show is sponsored
by Bird 360. Man, if you ain't got your ticket now, man, get the Bird 360 before you get sold out, man. You'll be sitting on the corner. You'll be at that glass door banging on the window. I want in, where you ain't getting in, because it's rapidly selling. So get to the Bird 360 and get your ticket now, all right? Hey, man, before we go, man, let me introduce my folks. We got on the audio visual, my man, the man himself, Walt Piper. What's up, baby?
Yes, I am here. The man, the legend.
Okay, the legend. And won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
All right. And then all the way from the Philippines, but sometimes he just sits over there in Avondale. My man, Wendell Guzman, man. What's up, baby?
All right, guys. Good. It's my son's first day at school. He didn't cry, but daddy cried. Anyway, so today, Mike, we're going to talk about how to buy properties with no money down. You know,
Really?
So some people say that it's a myth or it's a scam. You know, my lender said, you know what, it doesn't work.
Damn your lender,
don't,
player.
Don't believe what the gurus tell you, but we're here to tell you that Mike and I will talk to you guys and share with you not just one, not just two, but 5 different techniques on how to buy properties with no money down.
I still use no money down techniques to this day.
Yep.
Tell me you can't use these, man.
Even with big deals.
Big deals,
which
yeah,
is
bro.
going to blow your mind, guys. So yeah, and then you guys can ask any questions that you guys have about the topic today, or even other topics, right? You know, that you might think of, or other questions that you have about real estate. And guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you learn, one thing, you like this video. If you learn, 2 things, you subscribe. And if you learn 3 things, you click on that bell notification. There you go.
There you go, man.
Right.
We're balling around here. Look at this.
Awesome. All right. So with that, and I forgot, at the end of the show is Mike's Millionaire Mindset Monologue, which for me is the most important part of the show, guys. And the reason why is because you can learn all of these techniques, right? But if you don't have the right mindset,
that's right,
then nothing happens.
Absolutely.
Okay? So Mike will show you, open or expand your mindset so that you can believe that you deserve those millions, if not billions.
There you go. Don't get me wrong, man. I think the most important thing is learning how to get this money. But most importantly, where everybody from, man? Where everybody checking in at, man? Where you checking in? Who's the furthest checking in? We have some people from Saudi Arabia and China and everywhere. Even had somebody from Compton, because they getting it. But I even got one guy right here from Avondale. He's sitting right next to me. All right, man, let's get started, man.
Yeah,
Instagram, can you hear me good over there?
Oh, and stay until the very end of the show, because we will give one lucky winner Mike's book, From Broke to Millions.
Oh, we're gonna get it right. He ain't got the camera on here. I'll take it over here. Yeah. Broke to Millions here, man. You can get your book from Broke to Millions. All you got to do is stay to the end. All right.
All right.
Vegas and Texas in the building. All right. I guess y'all can hear me because y'all responded. All right. Well, let's get started, brother. 5 ways to buy real estate with no money down. A Broke to Millions podcast. Man, we're going to show you how to get the bag. And for those of you who got bad credit, for those of you that have limited resource, those of you who have broke friends like me, hey, don't worry about it. You can leverage these techniques to obtain multiple properties. With these deals, these ideals that I'm sharing with you today, you could be a multimillionaire for one deal. We already had a student do it with just one deal. He used the no money down technique and literally went from, well, money doesn't make you a hero, but it sure does make your pockets become a hero. He literally went from 0 to a hero. And he now he did have some money in pocket, but it was $15,000. $15,000 on a $2 million deal.
Nice.
That's impressive. Hey, in case guys, you don't know who I am, I've been investing since 1999. I lost it all. I was couch surfing, riding the wave into Brokeville, but I recovered. And then I ended up buying about 1,500 apartment units, 40 houses, industrial warehouses, few parcels of land, and units of development. And what I didn't tell you is I'm about to sell majority of my portfolio in the next couple of weeks. Or months, yeah, about 60, 90 days.
We say majority, like 1,000 of them, 1,000
Yeah,
apartment
we
units?
can be over half here really quickly.
Wow.
We had multiple offers, premium on our deals. I'm like,
Cool.
Goodbye, see you. Wouldn't want to be.
So now the problem is
I got to find some more deals.
yeah, we need to put them in the
I got to
deals.
put that money back to work. You know, I just can't. Yeah, we still off mastermind. I just can't
not buy deals.
Nah, I mean, what I'm gonna do? Take the money and just spend it? I'll be broke. I gotta keep reinvesting. Right. That's one of the things when you get a little money, take a little bit of money, pay some bills, and then keep it moving. All right.
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Mike bought a new car, a Bentley.
No, thanks, man.
But he did not buy it with no money down, I think.
I bought. So listen, one thing you don't want to do, man, you don't want to buy a liability, right? You don't want to buy a liability. All right. You want an asset to pay for the liability.
There you go.
Do you got that? So look, I can show each and every one of you how you can buy a Bentley with no money.
Yep, with no money every month coming out of
Right.
your pocket.
Literally, and look, I could buy the Bentley cash. I was like, shit, I'm not. I could take that 275 and flip it again. So actually, I had a deal that with 275, I'm actually going to triple my money in 5 years. Do you realize if I paid cash on this Bentley, and not saying you shouldn't, if you're buying luxury stuff like that, it depends on where you're at, right? Everything. I was like, man, I'm not going to put 275 because I need to stay liquid. And the banks want to see how much cash I got.
Yeah.
So I got my toy with debt, but I have other assets that pay for that. And then that 275 I was invested, I'm buying a deal in Columbus for $2.5 million. I need 500 out of the pocket. Me and Nate going to put the cash up. That 500 is going to turn into 5 million. Well, let me restate that. The 500 actually will turn into 600 plus. So I'll get my 5 plus 6. And I'll own a majority of it as well.
Nice.
So my cash double, and outside of that, I'll make money. So the bottom line, 2.5 million, it'll be worth 5 million. 5 years of work.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? So just be smarter with your money. I'm not saying not to get your toys, but find an asset that pays for your liability. Because I mean, well, my Bentley may be worth more money 2 or 3 years later, quite frankly. I know that's an anomaly.
Really?
Yeah, because there's such a demand to get these cars, and that's more of a custom deal. You can't get what I have, right? You can, but it's going to take you a while. It'll take you a year or two versus you got money now, they'll pay a premium for it so they can have it now.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. More importantly, I bought these deals with no money down as well. Let's go talk about what we got here. And I bought these deals with no money down, nothing out of my pocket, all right?
Even hotels, guys.
Hotels, you can do this with just about anything. Leveraging these resources, leverage these different techniques, you can acquire multiple deals here. Let's go, Walt. Let's show them how we do this, man. But Mike, every lender I talked to told me that they won't give me a loan if I have zero down. Well, that may be true. To some extent, that may be true. But that's not the reality. The reality is you don't necessarily, you need money to do deals. It just doesn't have to be your money. You could do OPM. Anybody still know what OPM? And I'm not talking about OPP. Anybody know what OPP is? Yeah, okay, all right. You down with me with the okay, no, OPM, other people's money. And in banks, when you're doing commercial deal, they don't necessarily, they want to see a certain liquidity, but when you invest in money, it doesn't necessarily have to come for you. They expect you to have investors. Versus when you buy your house, they want to see that money out of your pocket. You understand? All right, let's go to the next one. And click it again because this is moving slow. And if you approach a lender, yes, they would tell you need to put 20% down payment. But like I said, don't have to come to you. Go to the next one. I'm ahead of myself. Look, here's the deal we did. We called it the Carlton. I did this, just last year, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, my goodness, time's flying.
Yeah.
A 41-unit deal in Bond Hill. It needed $200,000 in renovation. Literally. We did not pull one dime out of our pocket. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Not $1 out of our pocket. That was so great, man. And the money we generate, the proceeds, we used that to renovate our units. Then we had what we call a proof of concept. Yes, people are going for what they call a proof of concept. Prove to me that you can fix this up and get this kind of rent. Because if you do, I will pay you that. And the reason they saying, look, I'll pay you that because I can't place this money anywhere. So literally people are paying for the future value or the projected value of the deal. That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, I'm gonna drink half this Pepsi. It does taste like Pepsi. I'll buy half of that at full price. Right? Like, no, man, I don't want nobody to drink my, you know what I'm saying? Look, proof of concept, great. You can get top dollars by doing that.
Yeah. But Mike, let's focus on, because some people don't know what seller financing is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to tell them what seller financing
Yeah,
is?
because that's the no-money down technique number
Oh,
one.
okay,
Which
all
is
right,
seller,
all right.
seller financing.
Bring me back. Bring me
Which
back.
is basically,
Bring me back.
the seller becomes the lender.
That's right. They
So
act like the bank. That's right.
Yeah.
And so multiple deals where you don't have a lot of cash down, or forget cash. Maybe you have cash, but you can't get debt because your credit's bad. For you people that got bad credit, look, I had bad credit and I was still buying. Here's a perfect deal. I had cash, but I needed a loan. So I said, look, man, I need you to finance this for 2 or 3 years, and then I'll cash you out. And that's exactly what happened. But we just didn't have to bring any money. He was more interested in cash flow and getting his, $1,500, $2,500 a month in cash flow. And as long as he got that, he didn't care. So we gave him what he asked for.
Cool.
No more, no less. Well, let's go to the next one. No money down technique. Is this still number one technique?
Yep.
Like,
How do you find this properties that you can do with owner financing?
where do we find these? Man, I mean, there's multiple ways. Like, I used to drive for dollars. People still do that to this day. They literally just drive around, look for blighted, abandoned places like this place. Like, I mean, the tuck point look bad. The windows, I mean, I ain't ever seen windows like these. Are still windows you had in prison or
back in
something,
World War II.
or the warehouse for prisons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I think that house is abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay,
But you don't have. But the property doesn't have to be abandoned, right?
No,
Because
it doesn't.
Carlton is actually what, like 80-90% occupied
Yeah.
when you did the no money down deal.
I mean, and sometimes it just could be in an area that you know that can be, you want to be in a market where that is.
Yeah, so it just depends on the motivation of the seller, right? Because if the property needs repairs,
Yeah.
and it, the apartments look like crap,
Yeah.
the rents are lower than market,
Yeah.
that's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because most likely the landlord or the seller doesn't care so much about the property, or he or she ran out of money to take care of it, and
Mhm.
you take over and tell them, hey, look, I'll take over everything, it's all my headaches, and
That's
and I'll just give you
That's how
whatever, right?
that's how our guy took over that deal in Florida, man.
Mhm.
He didn't want to deal, the owner didn't want to deal with the 3 T's, tenants, toilets, and trash.
Mhm.
And he was like, well, look, what if I can keep paying you? And he was like, man, all I really want is the 25, 3,500. Like, I love it. I just don't want to deal with the tenants, toilets, and trash. He said, I'll deal with the tenants, toilets, and trash. I will make sure you keep getting that payment, and I get to keep the upside. He said, I don't care. Deal.
There you go. And if you don't mention about the down payment, then the down payment is zero. There you go.
Yeah,
No
don't
money
be
down.
bringing up no bad, you know what I'm saying? Well, what about a down payment, man? You just lost, right?
Yeah. Just say,
Just shut up.
I'll take over, and here's the document, sign it, boom.
And he
That's
say,
it.
what
Let's
about
go.
a down payment? You look him back in his eyes.
What about the down payment?
Yeah,
Do
what
you need
about a down payment?
do you need
That's
my,
what you do.
do you need
What about a down payment? I
You-
ain't paying no down payment.
do you need my help, or do you want to be foreclosed on?
That, ooh, you cold. You so cold. That's worse than the stare. That's worse than the stare.
So it's like, what
What do you mean
you need
about a
the
down payment?
I am helping,
You want to be foreclosed on?
so I am helping you. Why should I pay you to help you? Right. So those are some of the things, some of the words you can say. So
Yeah,
that
you can.
negotiate.
Don't get me wrong. You can slay it like that, but sometimes you got to put a down payment. But
Yeah,
there's
sometimes.
but there's
It depends on the
multiple,
deal. Depends on
but
the
there's
deal.
been multiple deals we done. We didn't have to bring them out down
Mhm.
payment. They were so excited that we took over.
Exactly.
Like, we relieved them of their
Mhm.
stress.
Yep.
Another place you go, checkapartments.com. When this is your favorite thing, why do people want to go to apartments.com to find some deals?
Yeah. So because, in apartments.com, if you go to your zip code or zip codes you want to buy properties in, and again, look for properties that need repairs with rents lower than market, and the tenants rated it as 1 star or 2 stars, right? Then, if you look at the reviews, there's so many complaints about it, then that's a prime candidate for you to do owner financing, right?
Mhm.
Because the seller is likely motivated. Then you bring up the possibility, hey, you own this property, and I saw that a lot of tenants really don't like your property.
Mhm,
You want me to take
mhm.
over all of your headaches?
That's right.
And it's like, oh yeah, sure. When can you sign the document?
Man, sign it
There
over.
you go.
Hey, another place where you can find some no money down deals or seller finance. Man, wholesalers brought me a lot of deals, or bird dogs, as we call them. But wholesalers, man, they were like, man, I got this guy, man, he's struggling. It's not really a deal to cash out, but if he's willing to hold paper,
Mhm.
I was like, bring it.
Yeah.
And multiple people. Matter of fact, Paul Glenn, wholesaler, right?
Yep.
Right, our guy.
I trained Paul
You
to
trained him?
be the master of stinky houses.
Yes, he is. But my man Paul brought me a guy.
Uh-huh.
He had 5 or 6 houses.
Really?
I ended up buying all these guys' houses, cash, worked a short sale. And well, I guess that's not this. Well, I bought them, and then I ended up leasing it back to the owner.
Mm.
I did a seller finance back at a markup. So it can kind of go both ways.
Right.
I did a basically lease back purchase.
Right. So you can buy properties, seller financing, and sell properties, seller financing, obviously. So cool. And then code violation, same concept, guys. If the property needs repairs, they will have code violations if they don't address it. And so you can come in and tell the seller, look, I know your property is, about to be condemned by the city. Let me take over your headaches, okay?
That's right.
And here's a document, boom, you got a deal with no money down.
Man, you said that I'll take care of your headaches.
Yeah.
I don't know, my ego just went somewhere. I was like, man, all we do is teach people how to win.
Mm-hmm.
and and teaching people. Like, I'm in the business of winning. That's why I coach, literally. Football, businesses, real estate. Guys, you got to leverage what I'm teaching you here, leverage what we're sharing with you. Look, don't listen, just try it. Some of you, like, I never forget, man, my football team, man. I love them. I stepped in for the coaches, right? They went 0-10 last year. I was like, dude, you got studs on your team. How are you 0-10? He was like, I know. I just couldn't figure it out. And I shared with him the other day. It's like, look, man, quit trying to get your pride out of the way. Ask for some help and talk to people and listen. Get your emotions out of the way, because your pride and your emotions will stop you from succeeding. It's because of your pride and emotions you're where you are. You keep doing the same, dumb shit over and over again. And I say it like that because I just want to be real with you, man. Like, you need a friend, a brother, uncle, or somebody say, man, that's some dumb shit. But you still, but there's a way to win. And so what I'm telling you, man, these are real techniques that I use until this day that help me get there. Just leverage. Look, that's why, and look, I even get coaches. You know, I get coached. Matter of fact, Rodrigo, my man, he keep getting coaches and consultants. We doing
we just paid, like $18,000, to get marketing and sales coaching. So we practice what we teach, guys. We ourselves pay good money to get the right coach.
Forget that. I got down in Sarasota, we got about $600,000 in consultants to do a development.
There we go.
$300,000 to $600,000. So listen, I'm still spending money, man. Well, my point is, go out and get the help. Get your pride out of the way. We've helped multiple people leave their W-2s. It's ready for you, man. All right, let me go. I'm about to get on this tangent. Let's get back, man.
Let's go back to the
I feel like what's his name? Who he do the morning show? Ricky Smiley. I'm like, man, just talk, man. You're always over here talking about something else, man.
All right, well,
all right, let's go to the next one. What we got?
Kathy Luker has a question.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Does this owner financing only work in like shady neighborhoods?
No, matter of fact, we got a group now. If we want to move forward, I got people that's willing to owner finance, or they will finance the down payment. They will still hold paper to do a deal on Panama City Beach, on the beach.
There you go.
On the Gulf. So would you say that's a terrible neighborhood?
No, that's not a shady neighborhood. Definitely.
I can rent it for anywhere for $150 to $300 a night. A 1-2 bedroom, 600-700 square foot unit.
Nice. There you go.
So in 3 nights, I could have like $1,000 in rent. Right? So no, you can do it. You can do it anywhere. I've done.
Kate Luca clarified, and not referring to owner financing. I'm asking about the rundown apartments. Should the rundown apartments be in good neighborhoods only? Well, preferably, because then you get the upside. Well,
here's when you say rundown apartments. Location.
Right.
So like, look, I bought a 19 unit and it was run down. I mean, it was the worst in the neighborhood. But the neighborhood, I fixed it all the way up. I ended up being the best property in the neighborhood, but the neighborhood rose. Like they condemned and tore down a lot of buildings, and now your whole neighborhood is full of value. So, it just all depends on your deal, man. And it depends on what you can manage. I would not suggest you going to try to manage a rundown property in the F or D neighborhood.
Yeah. Don't buy properties in the war zones. I made that mistake once. Yeah. But I'm not the right guy to do it.
And even if you
I don't have the
did
right skills to do it.
Even if you did, don't own it for too long. You want to just manage it long enough to flip it. All right. Flip it and upgrade. If that's where you can get in where you fit in and make it work. Like I always say, barbecue or mildew, baby. What you gonna do? Right. I like the barbecue with hot sauce and Huh?
Barbecue and meal.
Barbecue or mildew don't even go together.
My point. My point.
Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Wrap
Syndication.
it up.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You like these phrases?
I have no idea.
Put hope in one hand and shit in the other and see which one gets filled first.
All right, so here's another no money down technique. Number 2, drum roll. Can we get that drum roll? We're going to tell you how to do another technique. Syndication. Yes, you can syndicate and raise a money and no money out of your pocket. This is how I've done multiple deals. This is how you can do it. Remember, it takes money. It just doesn't have to be your money. So other people's money. So sometimes you get the owner to finance. Sometimes you may have credit and you can get financing, but you need money to put down for your down payment. Well, guess what we do? We go out and raise it.
Yep.
And we raised $4 million to acquire this 91 unit complex in Marymount,
Yeah, which
which is in the A area.
Yep. At that time, it's worth 10 million, or the purchase price is 10.3 million, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now it's probably worth like what, 15?
15, 16 million.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
These are the kind of deals I like, bro.
Yep.
And this wasn't like, this was a good deal. And actually, I would like to keep it. And everybody was like, I want to sell it because the taxes keep going up. That's what I understand.
Cool.
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next one, Walt.
Like, how do you raise money?
How do you raise money?
Well, we have
Well,
taught
here-
our students
yeah,
how
go
to raise
for it.
money.
Tell them how we did it, when.
Yeah. So one of the ways you can raise money, guys, is through social media.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot just post, hey, I need money, I need $1 million, right? That approach, number one, doesn't work, and number two, it's potentially illegal. So you need to do it the right way. And here we have students after students after students, like Tim Vest, who left his multiple 6-figure
Yeah,
job.
he left what was
Like-
February, March?
Yeah, February, March, right. And he did it,
Hey man, I'm so mad at Tim. They even gave him a package.
and Mike, Tim now owns like 1,100 units, and he did it in just 2 years. That's amazing. So, and then we have George Fry, posted on Facebook, met 2 investors. They're committing $9 million to invest in his deals.
That's right.
If that big number is like too big for you, well, Madeline Pay, who didn't really just like know what she was doing, so her post generated her like this guy who wants to invest $100,000 with her, but simply because that's the amount that she asked.
Yeah.
That she asked for.
I mean, guys, man, you just got to get out there and do it. Put the effort in and keep a routine. That's what I'm gonna talk about later on is having a routine. Taking something that you have and then make it a routine. Once you start doing these things, this is when you'll start to see the transition.
Yeah.
This is when you start to see yourself moving to the next level. This is where you see yourself moving from your comfortable to uncomfortable to your paradise.
Yeah. So in other words, if you are broke, you have the routine of a broke person.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to change your routine.
Ooh,
there you go.
Did you say? Did you say? Did he just say that?
Well, I used to be broke, so I know.
Yeah,
I know how it's like, man.
But it's a mentality, right? Yep. And it also could be a curse. Now, the chain, like so many people pass down the mentality of poverty mindset so much, and our families were guilty of that.
Yeah, my family too.
Right, and not on purpose. They just didn't grow up around money. But my kids, I'm so amazed. Like my kids don't like think they're gonna be wealthy when they're older. They don't think they're gonna be a millionaire. They're like, my one son, like, I'm gonna be the first trillionaire, and this is how I'm going to do it. Wow. He's not like dreaming about it. He's stating the facts on it, his steps. Right. My son, my youngest, he crazy, man. He told me, I was like, what this say? A billionaire, a trillion? He said, no, a quadrillion. I said, damn, boy.
Okay, well.
But my point, he was like, I'm going to run track. I'm going to be a track star. And then I'm going to parlay those deals and make money and do real estate and own businesses.
Nice.
And then, but here, now this was the funny part. Then I'm going to retire and be a track coach. I said, but okay. You're gonna retire after being. It just sounded a little weird.
Right. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. So my point is, but you just got to change the mentality. You got to change, move from poverty to thinking wealth. And when I changed that thought process, I started attracting those things. And listen, it doesn't matter. Listen, well, you're learning now, but I knew a lot of people that had no idea how to get there. But you got to literally start saying it. And when you start saying it, your mind starts to believe it, your body, your spirit, and then like psychologically, mentally, you're training your mental, your subconscious mind, you're planting these seeds, and then next thing you know, you're taking action.
Yeah. And who you associate with is very important to change your mindset and then change your routine, right?
Yeah.
Because if you hang out with your broke friends, you will still be broke, right?
Yeah, no, I changed my friends.
There you go.
My friends are still my friends, but I don't hang with my friends like that.
There you go.
I end up getting a new, matter of fact, I wanted to get in real estate and I just started hanging with. Now, don't get me wrong. Sincerity, I didn't say hang around anybody. These are people I end up liking. And we actually were doing deals together and started a relationship, man, started being good friends and started traveling, families traveling together. Kevin McGraw, man, it was right before the Great Recession. We hooked up with them. Everybody was like, don't, you don't hang with them. I was like, shit, they getting money. And they would throw a deal and throw another deal. And then they just kept throwing me deals.
There you go.
So
Cool. Next slide.
Yep.
Yeah, want me to cover this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so guys, we help our mastermind members raise private capital. We teach them, we coach them, like quite literally, if you have a potential investor, if you're part of the mastermind, Mike will do a 3-way call with you, with your prospective investor. Okay, now the mastermind, it's something that, that we do not offer to everyone, right? So it's by application only. And if you're interested in joining the mastermind, text Chris Cloney at 513-383-5636. Again, that's 383-5636. Text him the word mastermind and he will talk with you about it. All right. Next slide.
Next slide here. Chris K. Holla at Chris K, man. He'll get you down. Drum roll, please. The no money down technique number 3 comes to you. It is mortgage assumptions. Yeah, that's right. Just assume the mortgage. Man, that's where you get that bag sometimes, man. Some call it what was the other word? Not assume debt. What is it? Subject to.
Subject to.
A lot of people call it subject to. Man, it's just a mortgage assumption, man. And look, sometimes when you do a mortgage assumption, they add a fee. Look, they wanted to get this out of their portfolio. They removed the 1% assumption fee. Can you imagine that? 1%, they removed it. And look, I've raised cash for the cash burn. Now we're doing really well. Got a sales team, they're rocking out. And this extended stay is a sweet model.
Yeah.
Somebody said I can't hear the audio. That's okay. That's why I wanted to go Bluetooth. So I'm gonna unplug this. All right. Can you guys hear me now? No audio. Instagram, can you hear me now? I gotta plug back in. Okay.
There.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess they hear you now. It was just when I plugged that charger in. That's what happened. All right, so look, nobody down, mortgage assumption. And let's go to the next one. How to find mortgage assumption deals. There's multiple ways to find mortgage assumption deals, but a lot of time my broker and hotel guy brought them to me. So even if you're not doing hotels, get you quite a few apartment guys. They will bring you deals. Why? Because they're third party managers strictly want to manage. They don't want ownership. Now they want some incentives. If they get you to a certain threshold, they're going to want to share in some revenue. But for the most part, these hotel guys will bring you deals. And here's an apartment. And here's another great thing. When you, not only if you assume the deal, and they bring you deals, like they can actually help build your team, right? Your credibility. Exactly. Do you know how much credibility I had when I brought this boutique hotel group that had over 2 billion under assets, under management? You know what that does when I'm like, yeah, my team, we have 2 billion under management, 1,500 units, apartment units, blah, 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 blah. You know what that does? Everybody's like, okay, he knows something.
Yeah.
He knows a little something.
Yep. Let's deal with you versus.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with somebody I don't know what they do.
Yep.
Let's go into the next one. Oh, and you can find people at LinkedIn. Okay.
And hotel investing conference.
Yeah, the Bird 360 actually. So no money tech. Walt, another drum roll, please. Number 4, no money down technique. It is credit and prorations. Yeah, that's right, man. Credit and prorations is where it's at, bro. Like, I'll never forget my first 4 family. I didn't have any money, right? I needed $3,000 down for my down payment. I went to my my real estate broker agent, and I said, "Hey, let me borrow $3,000 from you so I can have a down payment to do this deal." And he looked at me like, "What?" But now I will say he appreciated my enthusiasm, my energy, my ambition. And he's like, "Mike, I will give you that 3,000, but how are you going to pay me back?" He said, "Just like this, brother. We're going to close on the first of the month. When I close on the first of the month, I'm going to get all the first month's rent and all the deposits. So when I close, I'm going to collect $6,000 at the table. I'm going to get that money. And when I deposit it, I just need a day for it to clear. As soon as it clears, I'm going to then write you a check the next day or give you cash, however you want, for your $3,000 plus a little bit of interest." And he was like, "Look, I don't even care about the interest. I just want you got me a commission and I want to see you succeed." So I got a double whammy.
Nice.
So look, man, so I described this in my book. Go to FromBrokeToMillions.com, FromBrokeToMillions.com. The idea is to combine different sources of cash. Now, I told you how I borrowed money, but then there's the credit and prorations. You can get the seller to hold a 10% second. All right? A 10% second. Literally, you'll need 20 or 30% down. They'll hold 10. Now, instead of bringing 30 or 20%, you only got to bring 10% or maybe 20%. Then in exchange, if the buyer, like, "Man, I don't want to do all that," but he was like, "Well, if you want people to cooperate, give them a little more money."
Yeah.
So in some of these deals, they was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to do that." I was like, "No, yeah, you do." He was like, "No, I don't." I said, "Yeah, you do." I said, "Well, look, instead of me giving you 3 million, I'm going to give you 3.1 million. He was like, "I do want to do that now."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You give them, you paying them for their time. You're paying them for the hassle. So, you compensate. You pay a premium, not necessarily a premium, but why do you do these deals? Sometimes you just need a way to get in. Sometimes you can leverage it to get a better deal.
Yeah.
Let
me explain that further, Mike, because some people, might not be able to.
You don't think they're getting it?
Grasp it,
I'm not
right?
explaining it.
So for example, let's say the purchase price is $3 million, right? And 20%, let's just use 20%. 20% of
Right.
of 3 million is 600,000.
Yeah.
Right. So one way for you to lower the down payment, because if you bring in 600, well, so it is to negotiate. I'll pay you 3.1.
Yeah.
Right. But give me a buyer's credit at closing for
That's
for 100,000.
Yes.
Because 20% of 3.1 is 620,000, right? But he's bringing you 100,000 at closing. So your down payment, from is now reduced by 100,000. So it's now 520,000 instead of 600,000. Does that make sense? So then the idea here is you combine all of these things So if you're able to get a 10% seller second plus buyer's credit, and every apartment building, even those that are like newer, will have some
Mhm.
deferred maintenance.
That's right.
So you can get a credit for that too. And on page 131 to page 135 of the book,
131 and 135.
yeah, Mike explained all of these, so much so that like a $4 million deal, the down payment at the end of the day is like ridiculous, like $36,000 for a $4 million deal. So yeah, so that's just an example of how you can lower the down payment you need for your deal.
I mean, by the time you get the seller put 10%, then you get a credit for exchange for that. Like
Higher price.
I mean, so on a $600,000 down payment, if the seller holds 10%, I mean, that could reduce your.
That's already 300,000.
That's 300 grand right there.
And then you have 100,000 in buyer's credit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now you're down to what, 200,000?
Yep.
Then you collect first month's rent and everything. Yes. All right, let's go on to the next one.
All right.
I think they get it. Drum roll, please. The no money down technique, number 5, is hustle, baby. Man, you got to get on your grind, man. Man, like they say, faith with no works is dead, man. You can't get no money if you sitting there. Man, you can't even win the lottery if you don't get out of your seat and play it.
That's true. You got to buy the
You got to
ticket.
you got to work, man. Look, but there's multiple other sources, man. I'm going to give it to you now. You ready? One is cash value life insurance policy. Listen, if you have a life insurance policy, not a term, but a life insurance policy,
Cash value.
you can borrow from your life insurance policy. Yes. Which is another one similar to cash life is your 401k. Do you know I've helped so many people that had a 401k that was losing money, literally. The market was giving them a negative
Turn.
yes, which reduced the value of their 401k. I came in and gave them money, and they lend from their 401k. They was like, Mike, I don't have any money. I said, yeah, you do. No, I don't. I only have 10, 20,000 in the bank. I can't do anything with that. I said, well, what do you have in life insurance? I got $1 million life insurance policy. Well, what's the cash value? 200,000. I see money. Then it was like, you got you put into your 401k? Yes. How long you been doing it? For 10, 15 years. How much? About 300 every month. When we look at it, another 150, 300,000. I said, you got money.
There you go.
And then there we go. They began doing their deals. HELOC. Some of you have equity in your homes. Guess what? You can get a lot of credit. Now, when I do say, when you do use your house or line of credit, that is only, and let me repeat, it is only for you to take out, to acquire more assets to increase revenue and net worth. It is not, and I'm sorry, it is not for baby Billy to get some braces. It is not for you and the wife to go to Vegas and put it on 7-Eleven. That ain't what's going down.
All at 7.
Yeah, put it on black. Put it on black.
Black. Yep.
No. It is strictly to do real estate. Okay. All right. Credit cards. Man, I've done numerous deals leveraging credit cards. Yes, I know. And people are like, why? I got a credit card, but why would I use that? Well, why would you just use it to pay bills? Why would you just use it to buy clothes? Why would you use it just to rent a car? Why don't you leverage that money to make you more money?
Yeah. Now, only do credit cards for like short term or short turnaround deals. You cannot put like a rental property on a credit card, but
you got
or unless you can replace it as soon as possible.
Well, you can put
with
a house on a credit card if you got Amex. I just want to clear that up. I mean, I'm just saying.
with your Amex, Mike, but not.
You can do that?
Yeah, you can.
I ain't know.
If they will accept Amex, and if you have like a black card or
now would you get a
or titanium?
would you get a better interest rate that way?
Probably not. If you spending on one of those cards, that they typically is like a cash card.
Oh, got you.
So you plan on paying it back. But when I first started, I started my silk screening business with a credit card. I had no money. I was 17, 18 years old. I applied for a credit card. I got the credit card and I had labor. I didn't have inventory. So I used it to get ink and buy me a couple of cases of dozens and dozens of shirts. I then printed on them and sold them and then paid my credit card. But then after I did it a couple more times, I didn't pay my credit card because nobody paid me back. So one of my first failed businesses.
T-shirt credit.
But my point, it got me started.
Yeah. And you can use credit cards too for like rehab, like flips.
Absolutely.
Right? Fix and flips. Right.
Another one's borrow your real estate agent's commission. I've already shared with you how to do that. You can convert your IRA to a self-directed IRA. Yeah. Now, most people that were working for a company and you had a 401k, they laid you off, you quit, you left, whatever. You actually can roll that 401k into a self-directed IRA, and then you're in charge of it, and you can control where you implement the money.
Yep. You don't have to cash out your IRA or 401k to invest it into real estate. Otherwise, you'll get taxed and penalized. Right? You can actually convert it by rolling it over to a self-directed IRA custodian.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's also peer-to-peer lending groups like Prosper, Lending Club. I mean, and there's some now tokenization where they're taking existing LPs and selling it on the secondary market. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many different things to do
through crypto. But the point of the hustle technique, it's a encompassing technique, right? It's a mindset shift from, I'm broke or poor or whatever and I can't do it, to more like, hey, how can I afford it? Somebody else has the money. Where can I find the money and put it together? Right? Yeah. As Mike said, hey, you only have 10,000 in your bank account, but do you have a 401k? Yes. That's right. Do you have a cash value life insurance? Yes. So. And then you ask enough people those questions, then you can get the money from those people,
Yeah, no, I think that's the way there, man. Hey, turn the rodeo thing on for the Bluetooth.
All right, let's move to
let's go to the next one, Walt. So go ahead, Win.
So again, guys, if you like to do big deals, apartments and hotels, consider joining our mastermind. Contact Chris Cloney. Text him the word mastermind at 513-383-5636. Again, that's 383-5636. All right, cool. And I think that's the last. Oh, the topic for next week. Go ahead, Walt.
Topic for next week. It should be how to
hotels.
The thing that stands still.
How to do Instagram Live better.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're getting this. Topic next week, how to buy and invest in hotels. Now, let's go jump to these questions, man.
All right.
We had a lot of questions here. What's going on? What?
You just need to charge the phone. You don't never charge the phone.
Man. You ain't got to tell everybody my business, man.
I'm just saying.
Go back to the one with Chris' phone number. Just so that people have it. And then let's a question here from Blue Bay LLC. In syndication, won't the investors prefer that you, the GP, has some skin in the game or have some skin in the game?
Yeah, no, that happens from time to time. Not always. So when you first starting out and people don't know you, they're gonna want to use to see money. You have money in the deal. Mm-hmm. When I first started doing private money, where I was borrowing from private lenders, literally they was like, well, you got to have 10,000. I was like, I don't have 10,000, but I do have equity in the deal I'm doing now. Or I did have all cash. And they was like, well, let me use that as like collateral. Mm-hmm. And then after I started doing deals, they never longer asked me for collateral anymore. Mm-hmm. After I did a couple of deals with other people, they don't ask what I got in it. Mm-hmm. They was like, but even that, like now, a lot of times I never had money in the deal. Now that I'm doing larger deals, I have what we call at-risk capital. At-risk capital means, in layman's terms, before you know if you got a deal or not, you got to do all this due diligence. You got to put legal fees out there. You got to put, engineering, franchise fee, application fees, right? So on a hotel, I can have at any given time $250 to $1 million at risk, and will not even know if I really have a deal. And I'm on a timeline, because if I don't get this complete or commit to the deal, then my money goes hard.
Wow.
So I got to do that and get out of the deal right away. So sometimes, yes, but it's really about skill set. When you get, but even in institutions, when you go to institution deals and they be like, we'll put up all the money, but you got to bring 10%. And I'd be like, okay, here's my 10%. And some of them are actually like, no, I want it from your pocket. Like, bro, it didn't come from your pocket either.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want to talk
like, man, mind your business. You asked me to bring 10%. I brought 10%.
Yeah.
From my credit card. No.
Or from other people too.
Yeah, no, other people money. Let's go. What's the next one?
There's the next one. From D Motero 12. Do you guys like apartment buildings or hotels better? I want apartment buildings, but hotels are very intriguing. And I answered him that, pound for pound, hotels are more profitable than apartments, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
but each has its pros and cons.
Yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing about apartments. Apartments are more safer. They're more consistent. I mean, there's still risk, but for the most part, time and time again, apartments have kind of kept their value. Now, what has changed is when we get in the cycle and then you're in like Florida or New York or something like that, their market typically gets hit harder. And so you'll see, because a lot of these people that were working, that were renting, they lose their jobs in the market correction. And so they can't pay as much rent. So you'll see actually decreases in some of these high populated areas versus in the Midwest. When we hit a recession or correction, typically the apartments don't really take a dive. They kind of stay steady. But it just really depends on if it's an A or B property. All right. All that no money down don't mean nothing without the lender. I disagree. I just showed you and share with you multiple examples of seller doing financing.
Yeah. And there's no lender involved. The seller becomes the lender in owner financing. So you don't even need a lender in some deals.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. I'm not the borrower. I'm not the borrower. I'm the lender, baby. I don't know what that was, whatever. All right, let's go to the next one. Can't see. Let's see. You still offer your mastermind? Yes, we do. Somebody wants to drop some lenders. There's too many lenders to share.
Yeah. We can't just do that.
Be a bridge. What's up? There's Chris. I can't buy a plane. Chris, I'm not buying a plane, but I do have friends that have a plane. Private lender.
How much is the fee for the mastermind? Is it applicable for Canadians, anyone not leaving the US? Yes. Well, talk to Chris Cloney first, because again, it's pointless to talk about fees if you don't even qualify for it, right? So, and then does it apply to Canadians, anyone not living in the US? Well, one of our mastermind members is Rodrigo Trepp, who is from Bolivia. So yeah. So
we got Canadians.
Yeah. So the point here is that you can do deals, you can do large apartment and hotel deals, actually with hotels, especially like Jack, right? Is it Jack? What's his name? I forgot. What's my members who was a deal in the Bahamas?
Oh yeah.
Right. So
I mean, we got people from everywhere. We ain't turning nothing down but our collars, man.
But you need to qualify for it.
Yeah, you gotta qualify.
Yeah. So again, Walt, can you show the Chris phone number so that people don't miss it?
Yeah, these are people on Facebook. I don't know if they can see it there, but
again,
the number is 513-383-5636. That's 513-383-5636. Call my man Chris. He'll take care of you. He'll do a quick call with you.
Yeah, text him first.
Yeah, find out what your goal is, where you want to, achieve, and we'll help you get there, because that's what we do.
Any other questions?
I don't see anything.
And any questions, guys, before we jump into the millionaire mindset?
How do you guys feel about investing in other countries to hedge against the dollar?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question. It's. I would love to invest in other countries. I'm actually looking at investing in Turk and Caicos, the Bahamas and Zuma.
Mm-hmm.
I would go, but it's all about, do you have a team there? Do you trust them? Or first of all, does the deal make sense? Do you have capacity to manage or find third-party management and manage them as well?
And you gotta know the laws, the real estate laws in that specific country too. Like, for example, I look into buying an island in the Philippines like 10 years ago, but I found out that you cannot even buy an island. You can essentially lease it. The government still owns it. So it's like,
What?
no way. So
they'll take it.
Yeah.
Zip.
Yep.
See ya.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I would love to invest in another country. It's just really just having the right team in place and the right opportunity. All right. Hey, man, we're going to tie this up. Let's go into it, Walt. We're going to go into the millionaire mindset and get you guys together. Hold on. I think I got one question here.
Is there a question?
Oh, let's see. Oh,
You want to do?
Oh, that was a request to join.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's go.
Now it's time for Mike's
Millionaire mindset. Is this the news or something? I don't know. Hey, man, like
You're gonna keep talking about it, I'm gonna change it.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. How do you guys feel about that?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Guys, what do you think about that millionaire mindset when it comes in? Then I feel like the news is about to come out. Is it the news or is it something uplifting? I don't know. I don't know. What do you?
We'll do a quick survey. But anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, man, so look, man, one of the things in order to change your habits, to change your lifestyle, to change where you're going, you got to have a routine. You got to get in a routine of something that are wealthy people that do, man. What is it that wealthy people do? Where is it that they go? What is it that they think about? Well, I'm going to tell you, man, and it's amazing because I guess I hit that status and I always see all these people, these articles, what wealthy people do. I was like, well, what the hell wealthy people do? And they would say certain things. I was like, well, shit, I don't do that. I guess I'm broke. I know I got a little bit of a bag, but I don't do that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But literally, you got to change your habits. Learning the course is not enough. It's kind of like a 360 deal, quite frankly, man. Even though you have the information to succeed, you have the information to invest, you have the information to analyze the deal, you have the information to excel in a project. But if you don't have the mentality to keep pushing through the beast mode that you need, the desire to keep doing this routine over and over again, you will eventually either not scale up or not succeed because you can't maintain. See, if you don't get in this routine, you're not going to maintain what you have. Yeah, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. But I worked at it long and I did it wrong for so long. I spent 25 years, almost. Yeah, I mean, I did it wrong for like half my career. Don't you think I get upset when, I worked all these years to do all these multiple deals, and some of these people on their first deal, they get $1 million plus. Some guys ain't even bought as many apartments as me. He's bought. This is why I say you're one big deal away. He put all his money in on an apartment deal. 90 something unit. He's all in for, let's say, $6 million. He's got an offer for 14 million. You know how many deals I sold to get to almost $10 million, man? My point is, man, but you got to be in the routine of it every day, constantly looking, constantly checking, constantly. It's endurance. It's not only a routine, but it's endurance. It's the person that endures. That's the one who wins. I always say you will never win if you quit. The person who endures, who perseveres, who keeps pushing on, the person who never quits until they win. And that's what it's all about. Getting in routine and never quitting. You know how many times I've failed? And quite frankly, I don't care how much information you get. You're going to fail. It's not if you fail, but when you fail, what will you do? What will you do? And I'm telling you, if you get in a routine and you map your day out and just do it day in, day out, become a robot, but yet sincere and enjoy the process, you will be there. I just want you all to understand that you have whatever you need right beside you or right in front of you or within a distance that you can hear it. Just put the action steps with it and be in routine. As I share, you know, it's like reps. You know, on the football field, you know, I'm coaching. I had a quarterback that never quarterbacked before. And he was like, I don't get it. I said, just keep doing it over and over until you do get it. And don't quit. I'll be back tomorrow. And the kid couldn't even throw the ball, couldn't run the ball. But after about the 30th, 40th rep, he was my kid that was throwing it the furthest. He was my kid that was handing it off. He was my kid that was running touchdowns. I say the same for you. When you just get in the routine, who cares about succeeding? But you keep analyzing the deals. You keep searching for deals. You keep networking. Somebody's going to bring you a great deal, and you networked it so much that somebody's like, I like what you're doing. Here's the money that you need to do this deal. Do you want to call it a miracle? Okay, let's call it. What I'm saying is it's planting the seeds, it's planting the process, it's staying on course. And that's the simple way of succeeding in real estate. Just starts with a routine. Hey, that's my time. God bless you. God keep you. May God bless you beyond your belief, but not your capacity. And remember, you're one big deal away. All right, guys. Thanks so much, man. Let's see who's going to get this book today. Who we got winning the book today?
Let me see.
And everybody on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, appreciate you checking out. Who we got, Walt? When?
All right. Well,
who we got?
Let's go with Scott.
Scott who?
Scott.
Scott? Skeet?
I don't know if that's your real name, Scott, but you know, you just won this book from Broke to Millions. Okay.
Scott, you just won the book.
Mike will even sign it.
I'll sign it, man. So a special shout outs to Julia Katova, Shelton Cook, AK, Tomboy, Ariel, and Keith Kumar, Shannon Thomas, Robert, Notchum, Steinmetz, Nicole Clark, Nicholas Good, Monique, Mario Rodriguez, Mackenzie Barrows, Lorraine White, Laird Ferguson, Kenneth Galaxy, Kenneth Galaxy, John Moore, Izzy Khalil, Isaac, Charles, Howie Harrington. What's up, Howie? Gavin LaRocca, Demon Toro, Cynthia Miller in the building, April Johnson, and Amber Perez. Man, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you guys really enjoyed yourself. I hope you got a lot of information. To all you people on YouTube and Instagram, hey, man, I appreciate each and every one of you. But look, take this wisdom and win the game. Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
All we do is win.
Put it into action.
That's right, man.
Right.
Peace out, man.
See you guys next week. We'll talk about hotels.
We're gonna get you a hotel.
All right.
Everything is doable.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Peace.
Back down, no. Wait a minute. I stand my ground, no. Wait a minute. I'm stronger now, or what? Wait a minute. Oh, speak up.